welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me and you're new here, my name is Tarina Chin, and I make content about improving your relationships, improving your mental health, and helping you to live a life of purpose. So let's jump right in. Today we're talking about living your purpose. What does that mean? What does that look like? And how can we live our purpose in life and feel like we have meaning and fulfillment in things that we're doing? First, I want to encourage you with this. You have a purpose in life. There's something or multiple things that you are going to do, and probably things that you've already done, but you have a purpose in life. And trust me, I know the feeling of like things are getting mundane, right? We wake up, we eat breakfast, go to work, come home, clean up, eat dinner, maybe spend time with their family, watching TV, and take a shower, go to bed. Like, I get it. Like, these routine things that may just feel like so mundane, so ritualistic, and everything just seems to be going in like this same old path where it just feels like we're wasting away time and we just don't feel like we're really that fulfilled. I totally understand that, and I just want to kind of shift our perspective today, because it's so easy nowadays to look on social media and say, well, this person is able to give strangers $10,000. This person's making all these meals for people on the street. This person is, just had a baby, or just got married, or just graduated, or just got their dream job, or their dream career, or this person's business is taking off. And then it just feels like, well, we're not doing any of those things or even close to it. And so it might feel like, I don't know, like we're not living up to our purpose because we're comparing our purpose to someone else's, right? I just want to encourage you with this. You have a purpose, and let's just dive into what we can do to feel more fulfilled in our own life. Well, Proverbs 25 says this: though good advice lies deep within our heart, a person with understanding draws it out. So basically, that's saying that we all have this purpose, this advice on how we should live our life, this meaning, this deeper meaning. We have it in our heart, but we can only draw it out through wisdom, through understanding, through knowledge, and being able to figure out what it is that we need to do in this life. Having the understanding of what it is we need to do in this life. That is how we draw out our purpose. So how do we do this, right? Practically, spiritually, how do we do this? The first thing we do, we need to go to the creator of the universe, the one who created human beings, the one who knows us more than we know ourselves. And we need to go to him, God, our Father in heaven, and say, what is my purpose? How can I live it? And what are some ways that I can practically live this out? Okay, God, in the Bible, it says in James 1:5, if any of us lacks wisdom, we should ask God, who gives generously to all who ask. So if we're struggling to understand what we're supposed to be doing in this day, and the way I like to go about it is I like to ask God, what am I supposed to be doing right now? What am I supposed to be doing in this moment, in this day? Because if I ask God, what am I supposed to be doing for the next 50 years, for the next 20 years, for the next 10 years, it just overwhelms me. So I try to take a better approach and just say, yeah, obviously, like, we want to have goals to work towards, but I'm talking about just like when you're in that state of overwhelm and you're just like, what am I supposed to be doing in my life? Or you're not feeling very fulfilled in this moment, and it's dragging down your mental health because it's like, oh, I feel so like down because I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I feel like I'm just going through my routine and my routine is not fulfilling. Then we can refocus our mind, and instead of saying, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to be and do in the next 20 years, we can just simply say, God, what am I supposed to be doing right now? Give me wisdom right now so that I'm not wasting my time watching TV or doing the mundane task anymore. What can I be doing right now in this moment that can help me fulfill my purpose in life? So just baby steps, 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day at a time. What can we be doing to work towards our purpose? Because nothing happens overnight. Even if we have this big dream, this big goal, this big vision in our heart, that's not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day. About a baby. Baby is born after 9 long months of forming every little finger and toe and lung and trachea and mind and brain and spine. I mean, it's just like it starts off nothing. It starts off this little blastocyst and then turns into a fetus and then just grows and grows and grows into this miraculous human being, even though it starts off from just a little bit of cells. So it's like that's the process of life, that things start tiny and small, and we need to take baby steps in order for them to become fully grown and fully great and fully purposeful. And that's just the way that life is designed. Life is not designed that, one day a woman takes a pregnancy test and the next day they're going into labor. That's just not how it is. And that's not how it is with our lives. Things take time to develop. Our character takes time to develop. Mind takes time to develop. Our thoughts take time to develop. Our ideas take time to develop. Our businesses take time to develop. Everything takes time to develop. So we need to keep that in mind when we're asking God, what is our purpose? We need to keep in mind that it's not going to happen overnight. Our purpose is not going to just blow up overnight, okay? These things are going to take time, 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day at a time. And who better to ask what to be doing in this moment than God himself, the one who knows everything, the one who knows exactly how we should be pursuing our purpose. We should ask God. Number 2, one of the greatest commandments in the Bible is to love people with all of our heart, and to love God with all of our heart, and to just be a loving, kind person. So if you're trying to figure out what should I do in my life, the number one thing God is going to say is give. The number one thing God is going to say, if you need something to do in your life, help poor people, help needy people, help grieving people, help heartbroken people, help people who need money, help people who are in poverty. Like, if you really could sit there, because this is what the Bible says, right? So if you could sit there and just ask God straight face to face, God, what is my purpose? I guarantee you he's going to say, if you do nothing else, just give and help and love people. And that right there is a great purpose. And it's like, if you're already doing certain things, like maybe you're volunteering at your church, maybe you're volunteering at food pantries, maybe you're giving to homeless people on the street, maybe you're doing different community events that are giving back to your community and helping people in poverty, or maybe you are doing those things already, and it's like you're not realizing that is you living your purpose. That is part of our purpose in life, is to help those who are needy and who need us. Don't look past that. Like, if you're giving people your support, your love, your energy, your kindness, that's purpose. That is so purpose, and you shouldn't overlook that. And if you feel like you're not doing enough, there are these 2 companies, I guess you would call them organizations. One is called Compassion, one is called All of God's Children. And these are organizations where you can literally give a small fee every single month to help people who are in poverty. And I'm not talking about first world poverty, like people who don't have TVs, and no, I'm talking about people who don't have food to eat, who don't have transportation, who don't have basic things that most people in the first world country do have. access to, like people in severe poverty. Like we can help people in these organizations by just giving them some of our resources and by sharing our resources. Also, if you are live next to a local church or some kind of community, guarantee that in your community there's some kind of volunteer opportunities, whether that's giving your money or giving your time to serve or whatever it may be. There are different things that you can do. Like one of the greatest things that I've done that has helped me to feel super fulfilled in my life is I volunteer at my church, teaching kids about Jesus. And I don't do it every week. I do it when I have time. And I just feel like it makes me feel so fulfilled every single time I leave, because the kids are asking questions about God and they're asking questions about life, and I'm able to literally guide them and help them and lead them into their purpose, and that gives me purpose. The other really cool idea that I have is that, like me, and you go past like homeless people, you probably don't want to give money. Like I really don't like giving people money. So what I will do is get like a bag full of goodies, like mostly non-perishable things that I can keep in a bag. And so that when I go past someone on the street, I won't just give them nothing, because I don't want to give them money. Most of the time I don't even carry money anyway. So at least I can give them this baggie full of goodies and just say, God bless you. And, give them some encouraging words. And that could be a great way to give back. Even if it's a small way, it's in a big way to God, and it's in a big way, and it's in a big way that you can start feeling more fulfilled in your life. The third thing is we can start feeling more fulfilled in our life just by simply doing more in our current opportunities. So for instance, if you work already with a vulnerable population, or you do something at your job that's helpful, you can look up ways to go above and beyond, right? Instead of just doing the daily minimum task, go above and beyond to ask somebody, how is their day? How are they feeling? How can you help them in a greater way? There's just so many ways. Like if you're already volunteering, you can figure out how can you do more volunteering, or how can you go above and beyond in your current volunteer opportunity. If you already are in a relationship or you have kids, how can I give more love, more time, more commitment to my kids, to my spouse, to my family? How can I love them more? How can I give to them more? Sometimes the reason we feel like we're not living our purpose is mostly because of like social media. Like social media will convince the most successful, purposeful person that they're doing nothing with their life. Because it's like, I was scrolling through the other day, like I said, and like people are giving away $10,000 to strangers and just making all of this money, and it seems like they have all of this time to serve and do all these things. And it's like, what? Like, I don't even have the energy to do that. And it's like, so it's like, if we sit there and we compare ourselves to like what people are doing all around the world, we're going to feel so easily defeated. The reason why you are here, I want to bring that up. The reason why you are here is because you still have a purpose. Even if it's not giving $10,000 away to a stranger, even if it's not buying someone a brand new car, like you still have a purpose. And that's the whole point, is that your journey is your own journey. And your life is your own life. And if you didn't have things to do and things to accomplish, God would not have you here. There are so many people who are not here today and rest their soul, but it's just simply that their time was up. They had nothing left to do in this earth. But when we're here, it's because there's still more for us to do. There is. And we just have to dig deep into our hearts and figure out what it is we want and need to do, and with the rest of our time here. So we shouldn't be looking at other people's lives and saying, well, how can I do that? How can I get there? Because unless I get there, I won't feel fulfilled. No, we need to be asking ourselves these questions. We should be looking at our own lives and saying, how can I love people better than I did yesterday? How can I give to people in need more than I did yesterday? How can I serve people today more than I did yesterday? How can I be better and a more productive, loving, kind, generous person more than I was yesterday? How can I be more motivated than I was yesterday? How can I be more helpful to my family, to my friends, to my coworkers than I was yesterday? Because the only competition that we are in is with ourselves, is with the person in the mirror. We are not in competition with anybody else because everyone else has a different journey, a different starting point, a different ending point, a different story. But we have our own story, our own mind, our own life, and we have to figure out what it is we need to do and be. So just remember, you are still living, you have a purpose. And maybe you slack off some days like I do. Some days I feel like I've accomplished nothing. Other days I feel like I've accomplished a lot. And that's completely okay. There are going to be some days where you feel like you literally watch Netflix all day. And that's okay. That's a part of life. We need to just have these moments. And sometimes Netflix will spark an idea in our mind. Sometimes just scrolling will spark new ideas and new visions in our mind, in our life. So it's okay to sometimes waste time, as long as we're not wasting all of our time, right? And there are going to be some days that come, and I believe it, that you're going to feel completely fulfilled, and you're going to feel completely blessed and like, wow, I know why I'm alive. This is what I was meant to do. And there are going to be days when you feel like, yes, this is why I'm still here. Because I'm here to help my little brother. I'm here to help my little sister. I'm here to help my mom. I'm here to help my spouse. I'm here to help my coworkers. I'm here to make a difference in this area. I'm here to motivate this person. I'm here to give encouragement or kindness or love to this person. And there are going to be days when you feel like, wow, that's why I'm here. And it's going to feel really good. There are going to be other days where you feel like, oh, I don't have a clue I'm here. And that's okay. But as long as we know that as long as we're here, we still have something to accomplish. And we all have a purpose. And we may not live out that purpose every single day, but as long as at the end of the day, we work towards our purpose. And that's what matters. So God bless.